Team. So today we are going to watch another tutorial about peeking. Today we're learning about peeking because I played in a Ascendant unranked lobby and I did get a few night shots. I believe I got 9 shots, which is absolutely astonishing for a complete Valorant beginner. And no, I'm not hacking, I'm just having good aim from my CSGO experience. And what I didn't want to do now is learn about peeking, because I got peeked and I was completely demolished after got peeked on. Basically, I didn't know what to do. I had no clue, and that's why I want to learn, and you're very welcome to join me on this session. And if you'd like to see more, then join me. Yes, I will go to TikTok and make a TikTok video, so just that you know and don't get confused what I'm doing right now. Hello my friends, I am live on Twitch, and if you'd like to see how to peek or learn how to peek, and then join me on Twitch, link is in my bio. Let's go. Okay, nice.
So in this video, what we're going to talk about is just why the type of peak that you choose is important. This might seem like a weird concept to a lot of people, and maybe for the lower ranked players, they don't ever put any thought into how they're going to peak something. So for example, say the round starts and I'm playing Cypher right now, and I'm going to run up here and I'm going to swing this player on C-Long, or maybe I'm going to go for the orb, right? If I did that exactly like I just did, there's a high percentage chance that I would actually get killed in a lot of rounds, right? Maybe it's a rifle round and they can actually just take this duel, and they could be on any of these angles, 2, 3, like up there, maybe even up there if they really wanted to. Like they would get all over the place. And that's scary because I'm peeking a ton of angles at once, right? I can't individually clear all of these angles when I'm wide swinging. I can't just go boom, 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 boom. Like that doesn't work, right? So instead, what you'll want to do maybe is you want to individually clear these angles. You can slowly, methodically, you're going to back up away from the corner. You're going to slow peek, and you're going to do something like this. Maybe little jiggles. Okay, nobody's there. Nobody's there. Maybe you're peeking up top. Now you're peeking this. Now you're peeking like this. And you could clear all those angles individually. And this might be a little better in some situations, but I could still argue that this would be bad in a lot of other situations, right? So say, for example, they have an operator, and that operator is posted up right on this angle. Am I going to want to clear it like this? I mean, sure, my crosshair placement's going to be all right, but this isn't really a duel that I want to take. This is like 30 plus meters against an operator. I have a Vandal. Vandals is not completely accurate at this range. Notice where all these bullets are going to land? They land kind of all over the place in many ways. Like, it's sort of in the general area, but it's not a guaranteed headshot all of the time. And like taking this duel against an operator is just not something that you're going to want to do generally. So like in that case, a jiggle peek might be better. So rather than actually peeking at all, you might try to bait out the operator shot, just try to gather that info. Maybe you even jump peek. Maybe you even do something like this, right? And you just try to go for that info. All of these are great ways that you can actually deal, or like that you can kind of manage the type of peak that you're going to approach with, right? Or say I'm over here on site and I am playing as like a Phoenix, or like say I don't have any utility right now. I'm Cypher, like any agent who doesn't have any info gathering abilities. How am I going to gather info on C-Long? It's very quiet right now on the map. We don't hear anything A, we don't hear anything B, and we don't hear anything C. So like, how am I going to peak this? Well, some people might just jiggle it like this, or they might actually just like go for a peek and just try to see if anybody's here. This is incredibly dangerous. Like in a lot of scenarios, if you go for this, you're going to run into 3 people right here and you're going to get gunned down immediately. So what is the safer way to do this? Well, rather than doing that, you can take your knife out and you can just go for a jump peek. Do one of these. Oh, cool. Like you spotted somebody like right here. It's a lot safer because you're going to be more quick and you're jumping, so you're not going to get headshot. And now you have the info, right? This is going to be so much better off for you than just coming out here and wide swinging this angle and just hoping that nobody's here. This is why it's important. And at the top level of Valorant, the type of peak that you choose is all about mind games. It's just about how am I going to predict what the enemy is doing and then try to react to it appropriately, where it'll make them miss their shot or make them more likely to miss their shot. So this is why it's important to the game. And this is why you should put a lot more thought into it. Basically, another example I could give is like, say, for example, I am trying to clear an area. Let's say I'm trying to clear short, for example. And I'm coming in here. I'm not going to clear short by doing this, right? I'm not going to run up close to the corner and peek it like this. Even though we've talked about in the past how wide swinging can be faster if you're closer to the wall. So say, for example, I swing this right here. I'm going to move pretty quick, as opposed to if I'm swinging it from like back here, I'm going to move a little bit slower on the enemy's screen. And this just has to do with perspective. You know, like when you're playing aim labs and the little balls fly like really close to your face and they move super quickly. It's like hard to track at times. That's the same thing. That just has to do with perspective. But like I was saying, you're not going to want to clear corners like this and like come around here like this and like clear that guy like that. That just sounds idiotic. You're going to try to get as much distance as you can between these angles so that it makes it a lot safer. So you'll peek it like that maybe, and then maybe you'll move your crosshair like this so you can peek it like that. And then maybe you're going to peek something like this. You also have to be careful with this angle. This is a dangerous angle to peek, but anyway, coming in here, this is how I normally clear it. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to try to see if I can see anybody in this corner, because sometimes people will hide in this corner and you can kind of see like their shoulder. And that way you're not going to die to it. So now I've cleared this corner and now I can fully clear this corner like this, right? Now I don't need to worry about like getting double peaked right here. Because if I don't clear that corner and I run in like this instead, I could be walking into a 50-50. This isn't not, like, that's not something I want to do. Instead, I'm going to methodically choose how I'm going to peak all of these angles and just try to clear all of my angles myself that I can. And it'll make it a lot easier for me to take these gunfights. It'll let me isolate my gunfights a lot easier. So That's just like going through a couple of different ways why you might choose to use one peak over another peak and how it can actually impact your gameplay. One final example is just like if you know that an enemy might be aiming close to the corner, maybe they know that you're there, right? And they're expecting you to peek it. That's a scenario in which you might want to mix it up. So say, for example, I jiggle long here, or maybe I go for like the jump peek on somebody right here, and now they know that I'm here. Am I just going to wide swing it right now? Maybe. Or maybe I'm going to try to like mix up my position on what they know, so that way, and when they're like waiting for me to jump peek again, they're maybe waiting for me to wide swing. I've already mixed up my position. They don't know where I'm at anymore. Rather than just going for the basic play that somebody might expect, where it's like, maybe you go for another jump peek. That sounds like a terrible idea. They already saw me jump peeking right here. That sounds like it's going to get me killed. So instead, I'm not going to go for another jump peek because they saw me, and instead, I'm going to try something else. So whether that's something else, like I said, is like wide swinging, switching up your position, doing literally anything, is pretty much going to be better than this jump peek, because this jump peek is what they expect, so we need to try something different. Same thing with if we like wide swing an angle, and then we back off. A lot of
Okay, so how I am going to memorize and try to implement that in my game is to mark something that I did the second ago as burned, the technique, for example, jumping. In my head, I will go like, ah, that's burned, I can't do that, and then I will go for another, because in the end, it's all about the skill set that I'm building for myself, and different peaks, and then I can go like, okay, I tried that, it worked, now I need something else, stuff like that.
The times what you'll see from jet players is like, especially jet players, they'll just repeak the same angle, and it's like that's not really a good idea, even though you can dash away.
Yeah, repeaking a worst idea you can do, and I still do it. I'm still guilty of doing it, but yeah, I'm learning.
You could still get traded out, and people are expecting that. They've already seen you do that. You need to kind of switch it up. So hopefully this is helpful for some players to give them some sort of insight, and let's move on to the next video in the course.
Okay, let's go.
So this is going to be a minor example of how angle advantage can kind of come into play, or just like improper peaks. We're going to be taking a look at a VOD here from Little Knight over on the Discord. He submitted this for us to view. We're not going to be going through the full VOD, but just pay attention to this round, and we'll go through a couple more rounds here today, okay? Notice how he peaks very close to these corners, right? Like he's peaking like this distance right here, but he could easily be like back here just a little bit more, just a little bit further, you know? He's very close to these corners, and the only reason I point this out is because I see this a lot in this VOD that we're going to be going through. So notice how right here, again, he's very close to this corner right here, and he can't really help his killjoy. So if this killjoy is going to take contact, he's not going to be there to like kill the target with her, because she's going to be taking contact on a target from like right here. He's not going to be able to peek that, right? Because he's all the way over here. So you just got to keep this in mind. She takes contact. She's going to die. He's not even in position to capitalize on it. He is going to swing and get that kill now, luckily. But now he's down to 22 HP, and we'll see how he plays this, right? Once again, very close to this corner, very close to this corner. Keep these in mind as you're watching this. Recon's going to land. And notice how like he still has trouble kind of finding this Reyna, because he has this corner in his face. He has this large corner right in front of him that he needs to deal with when he's fighting this Reyna. And even when he peeks the killjoy, once again, he's going to have this corner in his face that he's kind of dealing with right now. Right? She's going to swing and she's going to kill him right there. It's just unlucky, really. It's just, I don't think that one has very much to do with angle advantage. She kind of just swung out on him. But it's the whole idea that like when he's playing this close to corners, it makes it for very inopportune engagements. And these are going to be things that won't really stick out in your head as reasons why you lost the gunfight in the moment, but they actually make a huge impact throughout the game. The main one that I think was a problem was this gunfight with the Reyna, so we'll let this play out one more time just so you can get a glimpse of it. Notice again, he's just not in position because he's so close to this corner right here. He needs to be there with her. But as this recon comes down, the Reyna is going to be right here. I don't know how he lands the pre-fire. He must see her on the map or something, but him going for these fires, if he's backed up just a little bit more, he's going to see her full body. A lot easier to take her out from there. But yeah, hopefully that gives you an idea, and we'll go over a couple of other rounds from this game where he struggles with his peaks or the angles in general.
Okay, interesting.
So this was another round where I noticed that he has a peak or just deals with angles improperly that I wanted to comment on, so you guys can kind of all get a glimpse of what this looks like actually within your games. Notice I was going to be firing off this recon towards Dish right now. Recon's going to land right there. Great spot. goes for the peak. And did you guys see it? It was very slow. He's only going to lose half his HP, and that's pretty much the whole round. He's going to back up, and like a ton of other stuff is going to happen. But we're going to back up just a second right here, and I want you to see the slow peak right here. He walk peaks this into an angle where she's going to be holding this right now. He's very close to the angle, but he can't really deal with that. So if you're going to be playing in a position like this where you can't really back up further from the angle, you need to be fast peeking this. You can't just be walk peeking this, because this player is almost always going to have the advantage on you.
Okay.
Notice how she's posted up ready to kill him. He's lucky that he makes this out alive with 74 HP, but he easily could have been killed here, and it all just has to do with how he played this angle and how he slow peeked it right.
Okay. Holding V while picking.
So this is an example of a really unfortunate round, but it will illustrate very clearly how angle advantage will work, and you'll be able to see how it can be detrimental to you when you play these things wrong. So notice how our hero here again, Little Knight, is going to be approaching here, walking up to this brimstone and going to get taken out pretty much immediately. Now we're going to back this up just a minute here, just so I can show you exactly what the problem is. I'll even slow this down here just so you can get a better glimpse of it. So notice how he's going to be approaching up right here. There's going to be players right here. There's going to be players right here. We're not even necessarily talking about the crossfire that he's going to peek into, right? Obviously, this isn't really an opportune crossfire, and the sage is going to be the one who gets the kill. But I want you to pay attention to this brimstone right here, mostly. So as he's approaching up right here, notice how he peeks this angle. First of all, two things to keep in mind. He's holding W. Holding W is not good when you're peeking an angle, because it's going to make it a lot more difficult for you to counter strafe. You have to release the W key. Your player model will come to a stop, but this player is going to be, he's going to see you too. Because another thing to keep in mind when you're holding W is that your player model is going to be slower, right? Because if I peek out like this, that's going to be really fast. That's going to catch the player off guard. But say I need to get to this position to peek this player, I'm going to get there a lot faster than if I do this, right? Because this is more about a diagonal. Say I need to get to this position to peek him. I'm not going to be able to do that because I'm moving on a diagonal when I'm holding W, as if I'm just holding A. I hope that makes sense for you guys. But you'll notice when
oh, that's very good info. So, note to myself, I need to be thinking that when I try to pick, stop holding W. Okay, that's good.
He peeks here, he's holding W, and he's very close to this corner.
Oh yeah, close to the corner.
The brimstone's standing like right here, and because the brimstone's further, he actually sees him right now. He's going to see him, and you're going to notice he's going to start shooting at him. And brimstone's going to kill him, and he's going to get taken out. Actually, the sage is going to kill him, but the brimstone would have had him if the sage did not have him, or she should have had him anyway, just because of the way that he peeks this. So the two things to keep in mind right here is he's holding W, and he's peeking close to the...
Peeking angles is something that all of you are going to need to learn to do at some point. And no, this isn't like when you spend all of your allowance on Valorant skins and your parents are like, eventually you're going to have to learn to save money. Because trust me, that's not true. I'm 23 and I still spend all of my money on Valorant skins. But I'm telling you, if you want to make spending money on Valorant skins worth it, you gotta learn how to peek angles properly. Otherwise, you're just going to die and not really get to use them. Now, we've done a lot of VOD reviews on the channel. Some of them go over strictly aiming habits, some of them go over strictly utility usage. Today, what I want to talk about is strictly peeking and clearing angles, because there is actually a lot of nuance to peeking angles, and how you're peeking them right now in Valorant might actually be getting you killed. But some of the things people tell you might sound like they're not that big of a deal. So even when you hear these things, you still ignore them and keep doing the same stuff. That's why we're going over it today though, so we can show you exactly what you're doing wrong and exactly how to fix it. So you're playing on Ascent and you're playing as Reyna. All agents it's important to have good mechanics for, but duelists are definitely up there as some of the most important. Because if you don't know how to peek angles properly, it's not like you have a drone to bail you out and clear those angles for you. Specifically, what I want to showcase in this first round is our hero's issue with peeking angles really close to the corner. Now, the primary reason that this is bad, obviously, is because of angle advantage. If you're peeking close to the angle, then the enemy is going to generally see you before you see them. Obviously, we want this to be the opposite. You want to see them before they see you. But the most frustrating thing in this situation is that because he's close peeking after using his blind, the Jet actually has a shorty and is in the perfect position to just one shot. He's got to clear his close angle because they are on an eco, obviously. And he died to a shorty right here. So maybe this is something that's hard for a gold player to see. Like gold 3 is like, okay, well, like, am I just supposed to expect a shorty here? Well, in a sense, yes. Like they're on eco. This is something that they easily could do. But the takeaway from this isn't, oh man, like he threw this round, he died to Jet. It's okay. Well, next time let's try to play this a little bit more safely. Let's try to clear this angle next time. Okay. Make sure that we're a little bit further away so we don't die to this Jet, and then we can come out of it alive. Hopefully.
Yeah, makes sense.
I'm assuming she gets traded right here, so that's 1 for 1. probably favors the Jet in this situation, just because she is on eco, but for the most part, it's not terrible. Now, this is obviously a rough situation because the Reyna was running up to flash onto site, but a lot of the times, this is why you'll actually want to use your flash for your teammates as Reyna, because it does kind of put you in an awkward position to peek out with it. Something to keep in mind too is that you'll always find excuses for why things happen in the game, but making excuses doesn't really help us get any better. So the important thing to recognize here is that there is a problem, and the problem is that this player frequently peeks.
That's what I figured out. That basically, always when I switch window, I just realized always when I switch window to my OBS stream to see the chat, the picture froze. I'm sorry for that. Okay.
Close to the walls because
so what I tried to do is like set up the flash for myself always when I was doing that, and it seems bad because I kind of have to turn myself around or have like this really good flash setup where if I flash for my teammates, they are just in much better position to just go out and swing and shoot them down.
Because he's running up to blind. And in this situation, because he was peeking close to the wall to use his blind, he ended up getting shortied when the enemy team was on an eco round. So maybe, like I suggested, the solution is to blind for a teammate next time. Or maybe the solution is that on eco rounds, he doesn't choose to blind at all because they have gun advantage anyway. So if they're dueling heaven, he should be able to win that gunfight. Now, I'd still say that blinding out is a good idea, and you'll notice how, and I've mentioned this in other videos, we're noticing an issue within the round, and we're thinking of ways that we can fix it. Cool thing that I like about VOD reviews, though, is that you can oftentimes pick up little things in the very first round of the game that will tell a story about the habits that the players have. So for example, take a look at this next round. Something that is really cool to see is that when this player peeks B main, it actually looks pretty sharp. His movement is good, his crosshair placement is good, and it very much looks like they're very attentively trying to peek this angle properly. That being said, there are other angles that they don't really seem to have the same attentiveness. Notice how later in the round, when they attempt to rotate towards A, their peeks are a bit more sloppy. Now granted, this is literally in their spawn. I understand him being a little bit sloppy when peeking this. However, this is how you build up good habits. You treat every angle as if you're peeking it to take a duel, and not only will you get better at peeking angles, but you'll also get caught with your guard down a lot less. The reason specifically this peek into spawn is not a good peek though is because actually two reasons. The first is that he's very close to the corner, and the second is that he's holding W when he goes for this peek, which gives him this sort of rounded slope to his movement. I have a problem with that peek right there. But you'll even notice like right here, you wanna be doing this constantly. You wanna practice it on all corners. And in this situation, he's holding W around this corner. And that's why you can tell because it gives him this sort of round motion. And that's not what you want. You want it to be fast. You want to be peaking as fast as possible. And the reason that this is faster is because you're covering, you're going. So like if you had to get from point A to point B, right? You wouldn't want to travel from point A to point B by doing like this, right? Or even by doing like this. You want to travel from point A to point B by doing this, right? That's going to be the fastest way for you to do it.
Okay.
So to give you an idea of why it's bad to hold W when you peek angles, this is why. It's because it gives you this curved motion, which makes you a little bit easier for the enemies to hit. Not only that, but a lot of times people do this curved motion when they're close to the corner, as he is right now. And it's going to make it so you just have to deal with more angle advantage. They're going to see you a lot earlier, and it's not optimal, right? Now, obviously, it's not likely that he's going to encounter an enemy at spawn, but he's got to be careful for this at all times. Now, we're actually going to go back and connect this to a round where this sort of movement does actually end up hurting him quite a bit. Now, in this round, he's not going to be peeking spawn. It's actually rather a hectic round, but you'll notice that he has a sheriff, and his movement is a little bit questionable. Basically, he just full sprints at this player on generator, which not only makes his peaks slower, but it makes it incredibly easy for this Raze to hit him. Even when run and gunning, the Raze is still able to pick up a kill onto him so awkwardly, and I can promise you this sort of thing doesn't happen if he's able to take a different angle for this duel.
Okay.
Now, because there's a lot going on in this round, I actually want to remove us from this situation. So if the editors can help me out with this one. I want to remove all other stimulus from this example and just think about where the Raze is positioned and where this Reyna is positioned. If this were a 2v1 and you had a teammate in A main, what would be the best way to approach this engagement? Would it be the way that this Reyna approached this?
I'm going to assume most of you would say probably not, because if you're just running directly at the raise, you're going to be really easy to hit because you're running in a straight line. No, the best way to take this engagement would likely be to loop around the right side and try to get a better angle on this raise. Because if you run directly at her from B main, not only are you an easier target to hit, but you're giving her a lot more space to work with than you need to. Because if you go wide, suddenly you start to lose space that she is out of your line of sight, and this is just because of how angles work, and suddenly now you're in a better position. There's one more thing specifically that I want to talk about with this player though, and that has to deal with how players have a bad habit of clearing angles poorly. I imagine a lot of duelists have this problem of feeling like they need to clear every single angle themselves, so to solve this problem they sort of flail their mouse around when entrying, and it's just not efficient. Now, clearing angles fast definitely is something that is good to be able to do as a duelist, but if you're half clearing angles, you're likely just going to get yourself killed or waste your time. I've heard Tens talk about this once on stream, and here's what he had to say.
Also, I notice I see this so much, but people always they like half clear something, and I feel like if you're half clearing something, you might as well not even like clear it at all, because you're just taking like, you see, like he took the effort there to clear it, but he didn't like really clear it. Like he mindlessly did the movement rather than like making sure like his brain. A way to stop this is like always thinking someone's like in a corner. So like when he was clearing this, instead of being like, oh, someone could be here, and going like, oh, you could literally just be like, someone's right here. Okay, no, he isn't. And then that's like gonna ensure you that you don't what's it called, like die like that way.
Sometimes it actually kind of sucks when players in these VOD reviews have these issues, because sometimes they don't get.
Okay, that's something I'm guilty of as well. I go swinging wide and I don't really think to myself, okay, someone is in that corner. I just go, okay, there might be someone, let's quickly check. And then I already almost swing past them and I have to correct backwards. So that's something I need to improve in.
Punished for it, but in this example you'll notice he actually does get punished for it, so you can see what I actually mean. Can I just say, by the way, there's nothing that makes me happier than when you guys actually get punished for your mistakes. And I know that sounds really quirky, but
yeah,
it makes these videos so much better when you guys do things wrong and actually lose rounds because of them. Because like, I can say these things are important and then you just constantly don't clear your corners all game and get away with it. Is it really that important?
Yeah, well,
the answer is yes. If you're going to clear a corner, it's important to full clear it. I think to sort of finish this video off though, something that would be good to do is take a look at what a good peek looks like from one of our Radiant coaches. This round that we're going to take a look at is from a Smurf commentary that Jaden did on the website, and specifically he's going to be playing Raze, but that's not as relevant to what we're going to showcase. What I really like about this clip specifically is how you'll notice that Jaden actually consciously backs up away from the angle as to reduce any amount of angle advantage the enemy might have, and then when he does take contact with the Raze, he strafes to the right and goes for the headshot. You'll also notice that when he's strafing around the corner looking for the jet, he uses the slicing the pie method that we've talked about before to clear these angles, while holding A and D for his movement. He's not using W and messing things up, and the only time that he gets close to the wall is when he decides that he's going to try to hide and reduce the angles Jet can see him from to play time. This doesn't really cover the topic of clearing corners all that much though, and I really want to showcase what that looks like as well, because it's not actually something that you'd expect. This last round that we're going to take a look at, Jaden does a pretty similar thing to what our Reyna did, but the difference here is that there's actually a wolf that's helping him clear the corners. But what I want you to look at is how when he's clearing these angles, he's not just full holding W onto sight. He's strafing along the walls and trying to let the wolf do the bulk of the work, because if he just uses his W key onto sight and somebody is there, it could easily get him killed. You want to try to take advantage of your strafe keys whenever you can to help you clear these angles, and this is a decent example to showcase that. But the other thing you'll notice is that his crosshair isn't just wildly swinging around all over the place, and this is something I've noticed a lot of high rank players do, which is why I need to clarify that when I say either full clear the angle or don't clear it at all, I'm not just being snarky. A lot of top Radiant level players actually just don't clear some angles, and now there's a reason why they don't clear those angles, and you're not a Radiant player, so I highly suggest just clearing your angles since you don't necessarily know those reasons. But there are some spots that are literally just bad spots to play given different situations. A big example of this is seeing players like Asuna just run into hookah on bind without clearing the left side. And the reason you might see a player do this is because no good player is going to play on the left side of hookah without having some sort of pressure from the right side. Because if Asuna runs into hookah and somebody kills him from the left side, he's just going to get traded out, and that player is literally just going to throw their life away. Now, of course, if they show pressure in hookah, he might be more cautious when clearing it, But otherwise, he's just played so many matches and has deemed this area not worth his time to clear because his opponents would never play there. Anyway, I hope this was a good breakdown on peeking angles, and there's a bit of nuance to hit, and it might seem like I'm being nitpicky, but this stuff all adds up together, and it can really matter throughout your games. As always, my name is King, and we here at SkillCapped want to thank you all for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.
Okay, nice. Really nice tutorials. I really do like them. Let's see, 7 minutes. Okay.
How come people don't know the difference between peek or peek? Like, they never know how to spell which one they're talking about. Like, someone in a game will be like, hey, you shouldn't have peeked that guy. And I'll think to myself, haha, this idiot doesn't know how to spell peek. So if you learn anything from this video, peek, P-E-E-K, is like when you peek somebody. And P-E-A-K is like a mountain peak. And do you want to know what's worse than not knowing the difference between the two peaks? Not knowing how to peek. Peek, peek, peek. Peek doesn't even sound like a word anymore. You know, like when you say something sometimes, it just doesn't sound like a word. Like you say it so much, it just sounds weird. Okay, never mind. But today on SkillCapped, we're going over the ways you guys are peeking and why those ways are making you lose your gunfights. To start, the worst feeling in the world is making some form of ridiculous play. The enemy's pants around their ankles and you just can't capitalize off of it. But do you know what's even worse than that feeling? When you try and get too greedy to save that play that you made and you get punished for it. What I'm talking about is over peeking. Now your team doesn't have man advantage, you probably lost some form of map control, and now your teammates probably think you're a bot. Now let me show you an example. So in case you guys don't know, on SkillCapped we do VOD reviews for a certain amount of lucky subscribers. And today we have a brave young KO getting ready to punish anyone trying to take mid control. It seems as though his plan is to pop flash once the enemy gains some map control in mid, and he's going to take a few of them down. Now honestly, that's a pretty good idea. KO's flash is like super annoying and it's really hard to dodge, and if he executes this right, he could probably win his team the round. Now once our KO finally decides to throw his flash, he white swings, notices that two of them are blind, but ends up whiffing. Problem here is not that he whiffed, but the fact that he tried to swing even further to try and kill somebody. And by over peeking, he exposed himself to the rest of the enemy team who wasn't blind and he died. Now this really wouldn't have been a problem if he was Reyna or Jett who could have just dismissed or dashed away, but he's not, he's playing KO. In the end, he only gets like 80 damage off of Sova and ends up putting his team in a 4v5 with mid control completely given up. What he should have done instead is take a quick wide swing, try and kill somebody like he did, but once he whiffs, he needs to retreat back into heaven. From that position, he could have then called out how many he saw, had his teammates rotate to try and help him fight for heaven, maybe even molly them off. He could have flashed again and maybe go for a repeat. Literally anything could have been better than overextending and putting himself in a very dangerous situation that cost his team so much in the end. Next, let's talk about your eco rounds. Yes, they're hard to win, but they're still possible, so don't throw them. Plus, it's pretty important to get as much eco damage as possible, because if you don't do any eco damage, the enemy team's economy is going to be so healthy that they might not have to ever save like for the rest of the half. Let's take a look at this KO's eco round. All he has is a classic, but ho, let me tell you, this free gun has so much potential to do so much damage for you. So he decides to play mid again, and once he hears the enemy, he decides to full swing and just spam his left click like crazy. While yes, he did get a kill, but if the enemy team was any better, he probably wouldn't get away with that, because that Phoenix has a sheriff for some reason on their full buy, plus he has two teammates behind him. I don't know what's going on. But what he should have done was instead jiggle peek, take a right click, and just keep doing that back and forth. This makes him so much harder to hit and gives him a slight chance to escape with his life after doing a ton of damage or even getting a kill. And jiggle peeking like this can provide so much value in so many different situations. Do you want to know who's down C long? Go ahead and jiggle peek. Want to bait out an op shot so you can take space? Jiggle peek again. Notice how in this round, KO is trying to jiggle A main on split, but he doesn't do it enough. He almost gets timinged by the enemy Phoenix. Had he not peeked at the right time, the Phoenix would have walked into heaven and won them the round. Honestly, KO got pretty lucky that he saw him there. In order to jiggle peek, you need to press A and D enough so you can barely see past that wall in front of you. And once you get that down, you can start jump peeking. We have full-blown guides on both of these, so be sure to check those out for more in-depth breakdown. Have you ever thought that you maybe don't need to take a duel? Like maybe you shouldn't be peeking at all in certain situations, like you don't even need to swing. Well, if you use crossfires instead of just blindly swinging the enemy, they're a big way to reduce the chance the enemy has at winning the round. It can literally make it impossible to win some rounds. Let's take a look back at our KO, and this time I'm really proud of how he played this out. Notice how it's a 4v3, still very losable. His knife sees 2 in market and plans on using his Cypher in the corner as the first point of contact to anyone who comes into B main. Notice how he waits for Cypher to start fighting so he can swing and help him fight. This forces the enemy to make some ridiculous flick or spray transfer, which is highly unlikely. Granted, KO's crosshair placement and movement could have been a bit better, but at least he played the round really well. Had he or Cypher just taken 1v1s and just tried to swing or jiggle peek or do whatever, the round certainly could have gone the other way. Next, let me ask you guys a question. Which one do you guys think is harder to hit? This swing? Or this swing? Now, the answer is obviously Exhibit B, but for some reason I always see people slow peeking whenever they're lurking. Imagine, you're holding an angle and you see a guy just slowly walking to your crosshair. That's probably the easiest kill of your life. Well, if he swings every angle, clearing them one at a time, then he becomes a lot harder to hit and forces the enemy to take a more even 1v1, which usually favors the T side. If you're lurking, you want to play off your teammate's aggression on the other side of the map. I don't want to get too much into lurking as we have a full guide on that, but you should be clearing angles like this instead of this. Now, let's take a look at our boy KO clear his angles towards the A side. So, he's sort of lurking this round. Well, he's playing off his teammate's aggression like I mentioned before, but what he doesn't realize that any good players are going to leave somebody watching A main from either ramps or screens to like watch out for a lurk or something. And by running through like this, he's making himself a very easy target. He's sort of doing the opposite of what I mentioned before. He's peeking like too fast, like way too fast. Well, yes, he gets the kill, like I'll be honest, he just got lucky. And against players in higher ranked lobbies, I promise he's going to get punished by doing something like this. Yes, his team is making a lot of noise in mid, but he still has to be careful or otherwise he's going to hurt his team's man advantage. Stop pressing your W key. Trust me. Okay, so you might be wondering what I mean. You might be asking yourself, okay, Teets, then how am I going to move forward? Well, then I should be a little more specific. Stop holding W while you're clearing your angles. The reason to this is because if you're holding W, you're moving in a straight line, and it's really easy for the opponents to shoot you. But if you're moving horizontally, you instantly become a moving target. Think about it. I'm sure you've held an angle before, and some dude Ferrari peeks around the corner holding A just with a Spectre and just run and guns you, and you can't hit him. It's sort of the same concept. What I mean is that you should be using your A and D keys to clear angles. The moment that you add W into the equation, you instantly become an easier target to hit. So instead of running out of A main like this, you should be coming out like this. You should be peeking each angle like you expect somebody to be there. Keep in mind that this is very different in an execute scenario where your team is all going in at once and you have no choice but to W key into sight. Just get ready to trade your entries and you've done your job. And just try not to hold W too much. If you want to practice any of this, lurking or getting out of the habit of pressing W, I highly suggest you hop into a custom game, going around the map and clearing each angle one at a time. Yes, this might feel awkward at first, but once you can do that quickly, you can go do it in your death matches, and then once you finally feel comfortable in your death matches, you can do it in your ranked games. And soon enough, with a little bit of patience, I promise you'll be peaking like the pros. I mean, this is what I did, and I'm immortal, so I mean, I guess that's gotta mean something, right? So yeah. Hopefully you guys understand a bit better and how you should be peeking. Peeking is a big part of this game, and without knowing how to peek properly, you're going to be stuck in a low rank. But good on you. You watch this video and now you know how to peek just like 10s. Okay, maybe not 10s, but like, just do some practicing and I'm sure 100 Thieves or any esports organization is going to be at your door before you know it. As always, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel down below. It really does help us out. And that's all for us. I'm Teets, and we here at SkullCat want to thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.
I never heard of 100 Thieves before, but they seem to be like a Valorant pro team that is in everybody's mouth. So yeah. Let me just jump into Valorant and try to execute what we learned. Big deathmatch just to get my aim straight. To get my crosshair placement straight, and then let's go to unranked and try to implement what I learned about peeking, right? Yeah. And become just an instantly better player. Let's see how this goes. I unfortunately need to be level 20 to play ranked, so ranked isn't coming in that near future, but I will come. I will try to get ranked in with some nice players. I do wanted to watch a guide on somebody like on some hero that is easier to play than what I'm playing right now. We'll see. Not today. Today it's about peeking. We're learning about peeking. So close that window and let's switch to Valorant. Just jumping into quick practice, and then after that we jump into deathmatch and then unranked. Okay, hello my viewers, thank you very much that you were here. If you like my content, if you like my stream, or if you'd like to follow me on my journey to become a pro player, then simply subscribe and hope to see you in the future. Okay. Okay, let's put strafing off just there. Oh. Okay. Yeah, my aim isn't on point right now, so I do need to practice a little bit to get warm. Maybe slow down to get a better shot, and when I got that down I can speed up again. That's probably the right tactic, yeah. Come on. Okay, that seems enough. There's another practice method that I'm doing every time that I am here, so that would be I need to be under there to actually start that and do like that. Okay. Just that's just training my flicks, right? Just trying to get better at flicks. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. And I do believe we are 1 full week into becoming Valorant professional. We will see how far we have come from the day 1. And we will rewatch some matches, something like that. Okay. 86, that's okay. That's totally fine with me. So let's jump into some deathmatch and just start becoming
Match
better.
Found. Deathmatch. Warm up.
Yeah, we do want to go out with the deagle. Ouch. Ouch. Wiper. Ouch. This picking intentional, that's basically what I'm trying to do. Okay. Yes. Okay, I should have not swung. Okay. Ouch.
The dimensional fabric here is thin. I'll tear through.
Fight.
Let's see where
Try not to
am
die.
I? Where at this place? Okay, now
Lights out.
I understand where I am. Oh. Where is he?
Dead.
Yeah. Okay.
Headshot.
Okay.
You're done.
Thank you for your life. That's me. Let's go. Let's go.
Bad luck.
I hit him even.
Dominating.
Thank you for your life. I'm even dominating. Unfortunately.
Don't get it.
Yeah. Nice. Again, my aim probably looks like an aimbot when I clipped up. I heard her, but then she started. Ouch. Who that? Ah, nice. Bots. Iluga probably. Thomas. The guy. Thomas. Ouch. Yeah, that was bad. Bad place. Ah, come on. She wanted to knife me. That was generally bad. Okay, there's a sniper, so I need to be careful there. He's not peeking me. Ah, come on, bro. Let's go. Yeah, peeking techniques that they are really coming to play right now. Trying to implement what I learned.
Anyone else?
Yeah, there I walked in the straight line, so that was bad. When I peek, I try to go and implement what I learned. Oh, nice leg touch. Oh, wow.
Ten kills remaining.
Idiot.
Nice. Oh, nice one. It was... she couldn't hit me there, but when I re-peeked, she had a clear shot. So the re-peeking was bad.
5 kills remaining.
Yeah, you see how she can hit me when I peek, but then when I...
くたばってろ。
when I stopped peeking and I went like, oh, nobody there. Let's go. Ouch. Ouch. Thought Eluga, really good player. I knew you.
One kill remaining.
Neon? Who is this Neon guy? Let's go. Nice one. Okay. Let's go to unrated and start the game.
Match found.
Let's go with Sage because she's relatively easy to play. Surely. Yeah. Or Brimstone. I could have gone for Brimstone, but he's a duelist. And we already have one duelist. So better something like that. And if Monsieur picks a duelist also, then it would be stupid. Hello my friends. Welcome to this game and welcome to my stream. Is it okay if I stream, my friends? Okay, so that's gonna be an interesting game. Five levels until I can play ranked. Interesting.
How many must I kill before I am restored? More. Always more.
No, don't pick with the bomb, okay? My friend? Let it there in front, but don't show yourself with a bomb. Please.
لا
Oh, no.
привет, привет, русский, давай бэб, сука, блядь.
I do not understand you, my friend. But I
Пошёл
don't know
нахуй,
what...
пошёл.
What? What do we do?
Dude, what the fuck?
What?
I am not Russian, don't be scared.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
For you.
Nice.
Shadows traveling.
I
Spike down
I-
B. One enemy remaining.
you waited on me.
Was it me?
Careful now.
out for
Nice
that
plant.
raise, fam. Can't have you blowing up.
Okay. I do want to sell that in favor of that, so we can have more money then. And here I can really just
Together, Phoenix.
geo pick and get them.
Careful now. Someone's A.
Suppressing.
On Prims.
Flash.
Last player standing. Spike down A.
Ouch, I'm sorry. I didn't know I cannot go there. Ouch.
I'll make them remember.
I panicked. That's bad panic. How do we play that? Let's go with a Marshall and a Ghost. Can we do that? Yeah.
Knock him down.
They are ecoing, or some of them are ecoing. Ah, that's bad buy. Oh, come on. That was so bad played of me. I played that very bad. What did she do?
Last player
Ouch.
standing. Spike
They are basically
down B.
rushing us down. I will go for short in next round and kill them as they can. They are rushing us down. Okay guys, they are rushing a lot, so let's maybe just stay safe and
try to get through me.
maybe some short hits and push them back. Something like that. Let them rush and then
No charges left.
put the wall down so that I can't be.
I've got your trail.
Is there somebody next?
Come on, let's go. Someone's B.
Need healing.
Our spike carrier's down.
Spike down B. Need healing.
I have the spike.
For you. Blocking sight.
Spotted B.
Reloading.
Silence.
One enemy remaining.
This is ready. Think you can kill me?
Nice.
I got your backs. Just, from the front.
Well played, my friends. What are you doing? So funny. You just take the bomb and go A? Okay.
I got you, bruv.
Cover going out.
That's bad. Don't peek.
Suppressing.
Careful now.
Oh no.
Someone's A. Prepare for hellfire.
We tend to dust.
I
standing.
knew she was standing there, but
One enemy remaining.
Throwing charge. Flag deployed. There's a flash.
unfortunately.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
Okay, my friends. Let's not die this round, okay?
Fight!
Watch out.
No one walks away.
Someone's B. Reload him.
Reloading. There. Flash.
Enemy spotted me.
Hostile KIA. Target sighted B.
Careful now.
Healing.
Reloading. Going up.
Reloading. Grenade out.
Reloading. Ward raised. Need healing.
I'm behind.
Knife deployed. Spike planted.
Sorry, jet attack.
Here.
Cover going out.
Last player standing.
You man ready for a light show?
We can do that.
Need to drop.
Friends, don't surrender. Well, I don't. Are we not buying? Okay, we are not buying.
Stay safe. I've got your trail.
Uh,
Opponent's king. My ultimate is ready. Blocking sight.
Last player standing.
shit.
Spike down A.
Guys, I'm scared.
Thirty seconds left.
I have the spike.
One enemy remaining.
No charges left. Your duty is not over.
10 seconds left.
Thanks for the reboot. Target defender spot shutting down.
Spike planted.
Last player standing.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have picked. Why am I doing that? That's so stupid. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking, I'm sorry. Okay, what did I do wrong? I repicked an op. I saw that
Look
he
at
was
me.
signed to an op.
I know
I should
that I am by
have
your
went
side.
away and waited for his touch on the bomb, and then I could have went in, something like that. Oh, let's sell that. That wasn't so good. But I'm learning, right? I'm scared of AWP. It's really hard to play against AWP if you don't know the angles.
Spike down A.
Yeah, you see that? That was everything I needed. No?
Last
Ouch,
player standing.
I don't understand. I thought he had that. I don't understand. Okay.
Together,
We are not playing as a
we
team.
will bury
Guys,
them
we're not
under
playing as
their
a team. That's a
transgression.
mistake. I got sold. I got really badly sold. Maybe.
Can someone get this?
They can't.
No one walks away.
Flash! Here. Come on, let's go!
Someone's me. Walk off, G. Suppress it.
I've got your trail.
Going up.
Barrier created.
Shadows traveling. Sky destroyed. Grenade. Target B.
Ouch.
One enemy remaining.
Is dead.
Nice. Nice, guys.
Their backs will be towards at least one of us.
We go.
Shadows traveling.
Our spike is down.
Spike down
How
A.
is this possible? So fast.
Someone's A.
Where's he going? Careful.
Who's next?
Barrier created.
Ouch. Where? Where?
Let's go.
I'm so.
Someone's A.
Last player standing.
Nice, my friend.
Omen, you are a force of nature.
How can I play it smart? I want to play it smart, I want to peek smart. What do I know about peeking? So I should not peek so that I get peeked immediately. I need to relax. I see that my... Wow. Bruh. Oh, I'm scared of that wall.
Someone's B.
Reloading. Blocking sight. Reloading.
No push on the side, bro. Ouch. 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 Bro, why didn't you cover me?
30
Why are you
seconds
selling me
left.
so hard?
Got him. My ult's ready.
Okay, what did I do wrong? We used teleporter and then I got immediately picked from the back. Even there was one player back, but... Walking. Here, behind you, bro, behind you. Behind you, bro, monsieur, behind you.
Last player standing.
Behind you, monsieur. Behind you. I cannot rely on my team.
Last
That's
round
a
before
very
the
bad
switch.
thing. I really cannot rely on anything. I need to clutch every round somehow. It's last round before the swap, then let's go for light shield and try to get some nice frags and get a weapon, something like that.
Someone's B. Reloading. My ultimate's ready. Come on, let's go. Heads up.
Reloading.
Okay.
Careful now.
One
Oh
enemy
wow.
remaining.
Wow.
My ult's ready. No one walks away.
So bad.
Switching
I
sides.
didn't understand.
New tactics, keep it fresh, yeah?
Okay. Okay. Let's switch the mindset because right now my hands are cold, I don't feel good, and my gameplay is bad as well. So let's maybe switch the tactics, switch my mind to go like from okay, I can't to the mindset of oh, I'm the best player in the lobby and let's demo. Use everything that we learned and try to become top fragging player. Best player in the lobby.
Shutting them down.
It's B. Probably.
Spike down B. Spike down B. Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Go.
Can't use this yet.
This light is diffused. Look for my shadows, they will hide you.
Let's go for Guardian, or let's sell the Guardian, go for something that's more of my playstyle. That. The orb and another one, which we would want to throw in here if I get something.
Wall raised.
Multiple enemies B.
Careful now. Someone's B. Dead. Reloading.
Enemy spotted B. Triple ready. My ultimate ready.
Enemy spotted B.
They are going in.
Reloading.
Healing.
One enemy remaining. 30
Hey.
seconds left.
Can't use this yet.
Wait for me to heal you. I had 30 seconds
Spike
to heal
planted.
you. Oh, that's not gonna work. Wow. Window. Nice.
This light is diffused. Reloading. They think they know pain. They can't begin to comprehend it. Reloading. Reloading. Reloading.
What do we go for? Wall?
No charges left.
Yeah, let's maybe go for the wall.
Don't hold back.
Barrier created.
Multiple targets B.
No charges.
B. Oh, 3 guys B.
Careful now.
Last player
Let's
standing.
try.
Cover going out.
Spike planted.
Nice try, bro.
My burden never ends.
Oh, they're full buy now? I don't have money for full buy.
Watching here.
Together, Phoenix.
Spike planted.
Oh. I can't.
Someone's A. Multiple enemies A. Ugh.
Flash.
One enemy remaining.
Diffuse.
I detonate. You don't. Catch your breath. Not that I need to, of course.
Okay. My hands are cold, I'm nervous, so I'm not playing my best. Need to calm down and go to my basics and start to
Need backup.
implement stuff that I learned.
Backup. Flashbang.
Must be
No
A.
charges left.
Yeah.
Someone's A.
It's
Please
A.
go.
They're
Yeah.
coming A.
Spike planted.
Enemy down. Nail. Blocking sight.
Prepare for hellfire.
Headshot.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Can't use this yet. Can't use this yet. I will not die here.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
I'll outshine all their radiant.
I don't have much money, so let's go for shield and deagle. That try to be useful to my team, stuff like that.
Keep up.
I've got your trail.
They're coming A from the bathroom.
My ultimate is ready.
Bunch of guys.
Train harder.
Spike planted.
Give me those back.
Last player
Oh.
standing.
Wow. I did not. And what happened there?
Look, don't start resting. There's still work to do.
How do we proceed with that? We need to somehow win this round. Stuff like that would be probably a good idea. I don't know if that wall is really a good thing to do. Let's first try to jiggle pick, see what they're doing. Jiggle pick. Put it there. Then
Fire in the hole!
One enemy remaining. Last player
sorry.
standing.
Nice.
Wait until I blind them to strike.
Let me show you how the boss does it.
Let's jiggle pick. Probably they're gonna push B.
Spike planted.
Come on, let's go. Get out of here. Kill confirmed. Let go.
Oh shit.
One enemy remaining.
He's low, he's low. Pretty low.
Last player standing.
Wow. He was 20 HP. One tap.
Prepare yourselves. We fight once again.
Yeah. Another one, another luck. Right here. Jiggle pig.
Yes, of course, you die first and then you come to talk. Oh my god, you play like shit! Oh my god, and you are dying first one! Oh my god!
Shit. Is it A?
No, you don't.
Healer down.
Spike down A. One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Hey, just revive your friend.
Okay, where?
Spike planted.
Your duty is not over.
That was the wrong one.
Suppressing.
Wall raised.
Yeah, yes.
Prepare for hellfire!
Last player standing.
Can't use this yet. Can't use. I will not die here.
Sorry.
Match point.
I feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
Oh man, I'm so bad. I don't even understand. I need to change something. Calm down, something like that. I'm too scared. My hands are shaking. My hands are cold. I don't know what to do. So I need to change something about that. I don't understand why I'm psychologically so, or my body is so reacting to that. I don't understand, man.
I've got your trail.
Okay.
Wall raised.
Okay.
Who's next?
Last player standing. Spike planted. Attackers win.
Okay. Difficult, man. So schwierig. Ich weiß gar nicht, was ich machen soll. Ich brauche eine kurze Pause, Mann. Herz rast, meine Hände sind kalt, ich weiß nicht, was ich machen soll. Bin gleich wieder da.
Match found.
I am both shield and sword. I know I dash around a lot, but I promise I'm looking out for y'all. Take them out while they're busy with me.
It's B, it's B, it's B.
Enemy spotted me. I have them. One less. Oops.
Spike down B. One enemy remaining. Spike's here.
Inside, last on site, last on site.
I would let you live, but that does not compute.
Commendable. Again.
Who will heal their healer?
Wall raised.
There. Here. Talk inside of me. Need help. Need help. An attack spawn.
Stay down.
Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Teleport's ready.
Spike planted.
This is less than ideal.
Their Viper is terrifying. I love it.
Let's dance.
Barrier created.
Target sighted.
Double door, double.
Removed.
B, B, B. Rimlo.
Spike down B.
Too slow.
Last player standing. As much as this world hurt me, it's mine, and I will kill to defend it.
Let's go.
On tour.
There.
No charges left.
Spotted me.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Knife deployed.
One bullet per enemy. That should be enough, yes?
We go!
The hunt begins.
Wall raised.
Enemy B. Enemy spotted B.
Please, chat, cover.
Last player standing.
Attack when they're suppressed. I cut their options, they make mistakes.
They are so dead. Brace for impact.
Barrier
Barrier created.
Trap destroyed. Target sighted me.
Welcome to my world.
Spike planted. Pathetic. My ult ready. Last player standing. One enemy remaining.
Catch your breath. Not that I need to, of course.
Fight! Wall raised.
Off your feet!
I have them. Multiple targets B.
Spike down B.
I'm again. Not so bad. Enemy spotted B. Spike is B.
One enemy remaining.
Sorry, we couldn't work out our differences.
They're just batteries. And I need a recharge. Barrier created.
You lose. Multiple targets made. Do better. There they are. That's three.
You will not kill my allies.
Enemy spotted mid.
Spike down mid. One enemy remaining.
I don't die so easily.
They don't have a single life worth saving. Together! Barrier created.
Grenade out!
planted.
Reloading.
Here.
Suppressor.
Here. Enemy spotted mid.
Behind me. What the fuck? Can you please someone talk?
Last player standing.
If you are not doing well, keep trying. We must keep up appearances.
Can someone get this? Can someone get this?
Let's fly. Enemy spotted.
No charges left.
Spike down A.
I have.
Reloading.
Spike planted. Last player standing.
Just expect me all you can on site. Just
My city needs me.
J'ai 3
I
10
can't
frère.
be away for long. Let's end this quickly.
They are so dead.
Don't wall. Sage, don't wall. Please, don't wall. Sage, please. Don't wall.
Wall raised.
Why?
Off your feet!
You so fucking bad.
Enemy spotted A. Still in sight. Spike planted.
Enemy spotted A.
Cutting their vision.
My ult's ready.
There. Last player standing.
Duck.
Last round in the half.
We cannot keep our goods after this. Spend all.
Let's go. Watch this. Here.
Welcome to my world.
Spike planted.
Throwing charge.
Can't use this yet. I will not.
Last player standing. Switching sides.
Even with numbers, anything can still happen. Remember that. The spike is still in base.
Spike drop. Enemy spotted A. Reloading.
I got
There.
the spike.
Reyna, Jet, can you do something?
Reloading. Enemy spotted
Spike
A.
planted.
Reloading. There. Reloading.
Reloading.
There. Reloading.
Behind you, behind you,
Last
behind you.
player standing. Their lives are so meaningless. Might as well give them to me.
Not your best. There. Enemy spotted mid. Multiple targets B.
Our spike is down.
Spike down mid.
Opponent killed.
One enemy remaining.
Spike retrieved. Time to die. Don't make a fuss. Activating kill mode. That's a joke. Kill mode is default.
The spike.
Maybe we get the spike. Just a thought.
Cutting their vision.
The hunt begins.
Enemy spotted A. Spike down A.
I have the spike. Three. My ult's ready.
Last player standing.
The symphony of death. I'm sorry to get used to it.
Reloading.
For you, hermanita. Spike dropped. I have the spike.
My ult ready.
I win again. My ult is ready.
Spike planted.
This should do.
One enemy remaining.
I am not cleaning this up. Trust me, they will make mistakes. When they do, take advantage.
Spike's here. As one.
Watch this.
My ultimate is ready.
Away with you. Poison's gone. Here. Got him.
One enemy remaining.
Enemy defender spawn.
Flawless.
Wow, so embarrassing.
Once more into battle. I'm not tired. Are you?
They're not better than me.
Welcome to my world.
Enemy spotted B. Enemy defender spawn. Target sighted B.
There they are.
Finished.
boy.
Shutting them down.
You will not kill my allies.
Target 86.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left.
Spike planted. My ult's ready. Suppress it. Suppressed.
Last player standing.
Stand tall. We are Valorant. We are fighters.
They are so dead. Enemy spotted B. Solo. Praise dead. Bye.
One enemy remaining. Team Ace.
That was trash.
My power does not ebb. Ask for aid, and you shall receive.
Clear to engage. Weapons hot.
They will cover. Many
Rest.
Can you revive Sage maybe? Until sleeping?
Last player standing.
Enemy suppressed.
Match point.
I'm amped. Let's go. I got things to do. Keep up. Spike's here. I got the spike.
Shutting them down.
Revive, please.
Someone's in defender spawn. Your duty is
Off
not
your
over.
feet!
That was unpleasant.
Spike down B.
Vous êtes trop nuls à
One
team
enemy
ami.
remaining. Last player standing.
Okay, quick break.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to your roles and we'll crush it.
Need a drop.
Someone A, please. Sage, Jet, please come.
A spike is down.
Spike down A.
Next. I have the spike.
Can you heal me, Sage, please? Behind you. Please. Heal me, heal me.
Healing you.
Enemy killed.
One enemy remaining.
My ult's ready.
Spike planted.
Last player standing. Clutch. Defenders win.